again a little bit back to the topic and small ideas. So why do you think in general again that most of the salsa shows for some reason usually go to the two? Do you think it's like the musical? Because could you maybe agree that the dancing on the two is a little bit more not better, but maybe more connected to the music itself? Maybe the coast was closer, because for some reason people do it. And is it
Well, let's put it this way. When I first started traveling to Europe, most of the shows I saw were on one.
oh
Yes, I would go to a lot of places and I saw the shows on one. And again, I saw some really beautiful dancing on the one. I think what's happening now that the two is starting to also become a big influence all around Europe. You have guys like Adolfo and
yeah
Dacochea, Juan Matos.
yeah
You have these people who are ambassadors now,
mm-hmm.
and they're helping to also bring the two into a place where it's become popular.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now again, I would have to say that again, it's a very delicate topic to say,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well maybe the shows now are more on two. I would just have to say that people are now they're studying the one, they're studying the two, and it comes down to what do they prefer.
Mm-hmm.
Again, for me, as long as you dance correctly,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's on one or on two, for me, I'm a fan of all the different timings. I love all the different styles.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I relate to them more than others,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm one that I've always tried to look at dance and find something positive to say about it or think about it. Because I think today it's easy for people to say, oh, the two is better than the one, and New York
And
style is better
Colombian
than
also.
LA. And I says,
Colombian.
come on, there's no need to bring other styles or other timings down so you can bring your preference up. I would say what we have to really learn to do is respect. My mother always used to tell me in Spanish that the colors were made for your preference. I like red, she might like blue, you might like green, you might like orange. So do I say my red is better than your orange or than your blue? No, I say, hey, I like red, you like blue, cool. It's all good. See? So I think today what we need to understand is that we should not try to compare and criticize one against the other. I actually think variety is the spice of life. Just like when I watch these shows and I see the different varieties, some have Afro-Cuban, some have jazz, some have contemporary, some have hip-hop, and I sit there and watch a show, I said, this is more entertaining than to see a show with the same style, everybody doing the same thing. So for me, variety is a very beautiful thing.
We could maybe even agree that variety is the essence of salsa.
Well, it's like this. You know that the music is like rainbow. You have all these different influences, and in this music, which is known as salsa, you have the New York sound, the
Yes.
Tito Puente. Then you have the Cuban, which is
Yeah.
the Cuban sound.
The afro.
Then you have all these different moods of the music. You have Latin jazz, okay. So, for me again, it's like this. I like to think the more variety, the better. Okay? Again, if you like to dance on one, I will not be one to say, oh, the one is no good. That's, you shouldn't waste your time with that. No. I would say, boy, you dance very good on one. Like when I saw Johnny Vasquez for the first time, I was like, oh my God. I flipped out because I saw such a beautiful talent and the level that he took the expressions of one on the stage. I became a fan of his immediately, right? But there are people that I don't know what makes them feel that only what they do is the only way and the only thing to do. I don't agree with that. Right now, I'm dancing with this beautiful Italian lady who happens to be such an amazing rumbera. She has trained and spent many years. She danced with the incredible Michael Fonts.
Yeah.
You know,
I
so
enjoy Michael Fonts very much.
so here I am
But
fusing the on two that I know. She's beginning to come into this world to learn the on two, but I always tell her, don't always bring your Afro-Cuban influence into whatever I teach you. So she is now helping to develop the on two with a lot of Afro-Cuban. And of course, people will criticize her because unfortunately people will always criticize you whether you do good or bad. But I tell her, just like Tito Puentes tell me, don't listen to what people say because people will criticize you whether you do good or you don't do good. Just do what you do, find yourself, express what you feel in your heart, and just enjoy yourself. I tell people, don't spend your life arguing and all these debates. Spend more time shaking your butt on the dance floor and enjoying your life. Because if you think about it, you're going to spend all this blah, 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 and all that time you could be having fun.
Exactly.
And life is not that long, my friend. We're all, I'm old. I'm older than most of you guys, but all of us are getting old together. We're all going there, boom, boom, boom. And there's not a damn thing you could do about it. So, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey, because before you know it, you're going from a young man. Here you are one day in your rocking chair, and all you're gonna have to think about in those days, what did I do with my time on this earth? Did I spend all my time criticizing and arguing about one or two or this? Or did you say, damn, I had a good time. I shook my ass all over the world. And I danced here, and I danced with her, and I went here. I want to think about it there. My career is only about where I've been and the good times I've had. And if you wanted to talk to me back in the day when I used to go to socials, you had to talk to me on the dance floor. I would not sit down like this
Yes,
right
I
now
understand.
and have all these conversations
Yeah.
about dance. I say, no, dance is an experience that you live, not you talk about.